There's our destination. Tomorrow morning at 6:30, we will arrive at the top. Last meal before the summit.
Yes, this is our last supper.
Had our delicious soup.
Yeah, vegetable soup and some sandwiches.
Grilled thick mitts on top of another layer. Nice warm hat. Balaklava. Here we go. Face covered. Hands covered. Are the champions of the world. Hi again, Barbara here from Travels with Lobo and Barbara. Well, this is it. This is day 6, and we're about to climb to the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. Uhuru Peak. Here we come. So, day 6 went like this by the numbers. At 10 p.m. on day 5, we were awoken from our nap, and at 11:10 p.m. precisely is the time we headed out to Uhuru Peak at 5,895 meters or 19,341 feet. It would take 6 to 7 hours to climb to the summit, covering a distance of 4.86 kilometers, and we would gain an altitude of 1,295 meters. We were accompanied by 2 guides, our head guide Andrew and assistant guide Justo. The other 10 men waited for us at Barafu camp. What about Lobo's alarm bells in Victoria, Canada, Mount Kilimanjaro, the previous blog of day 6? Well, that was Lobo's reaction to a weather forecast that called for 91 centimeters of snow at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro on the evening we were to make the ascent to the summit. Bluntly put, we were not aware of it. We didn't know anything about the weather report. We were totally oblivious. We were totally in the dark, so to speak, in more ways than one. Our last contact with the outside world was 5 days ago when we left Moshi. In retrospect, it was a good thing we were not aware of this, because it would have put the entire thrust to the top in jeopardy. So, why are there no videos of the actual climb? Our climb was mostly in the middle of the night, so it was pitch black, of course. There are no lights in the campground, certainly none on the trail heading up. The only lights visible were from our headlamps and those of all the climbers and the guides. And they looked like a string of fireflies ahead of us and down below us. How did we feel? In the eerie quiet of the climb, we felt good, but oxygen was certainly thin. So more than ever, pole, 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 slowly, slowly, as we took a rest stop about every 20 minutes or so. Our camelbacks filled with water were invaluable. Everybody was going up the mountain really slowly. There must have been 100 climbers, plus their guides, heading up to Uhuru Peak that night. No one was rushing on this night. That was encouraging and somewhat helped me overcome my fear of succumbing to altitude sickness and having to turn around. That is why we had 2 guides to go either up or down if one of us got sick and had to turn around at any point along the trail. An example was a Korean couple we saw along the way. The woman had to abandon the climb and turn back and head down, while her husband continued and made it to the very top. Each had a guide. What was the weather like? Well, at the beginning, it was a beautiful clear night. We could see 1,000,000 stars overhead and the lights of the town of Moshi below. And check out the gear I was wearing. All right, here's what I looked like heading up the mountain. I have a few less layers on, but down-filled vest, jacket. Here's the Balaklava, Nice thick mitts on top of another layer. Nice warm hat. Balaklava. Here we go. Face covered. Hands covered. Ready to hit the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. Woo-hoo! After 2 hours of pole, it started to snow, and snow heavily, as the temperature hovered around minus 10 degrees Celsius. That snow continued through the night until daylight and beyond. It certainly wasn't 91 centimeters, but nevertheless, visibility was very poor, and unfortunately, we were unable to see the beautiful glaciers at the top, nor the beautiful vistas around us. What scenery did we miss due to the snow, mist, and fog? Have a look. However, we did not miss out on everything, as we saw a sign for Gilman's Peak and knew that we were getting close to the top. Well, once we got here, I knew I would make it. Nothing was going to stop me now. Cornelia was doing well also, and we were going to make it to the top. I just knew it. From Gilman's Point to Stella Point is maybe an hour, and then from Stella Point to Uhuru Peak is another hour. But all of a sudden, there it was, the sign that we had been looking for. Oh my goodness, there it is. That beautiful sign that says Mount Kilimanjaro. Congratulations, you are now at Uhuru Peak, Tanzania, 5,895 meters, 19,341 feet above mean sea level. One of the world's largest volcanoes, the world's highest freestanding mountain, a World Heritage Site, and wonder of Africa. The Holy Grail. There it is, the sign at the top of Uhuru Peak. So we had reached the roof of Africa. We did it! We did it! We both shed tears of joy and gratitude. All that hard work paid off. What a feeling. Now, it was photo and video taking time, and that did not go well. Between the guide not being that familiar with the camera, the cold temperature, the fatigue, our own mental confusion due to the altitude and fatigue, of course. And ready? Ready? Of course, and the party of French climbers who were quickly and rudely moving in behind us. We lost the chance to get the video thing right.
Oh, sing again, sing again.
No, what? Oh, this is
Ok. C'est bon, vas-y.
Oh, sing again, sing again.
No, what? Oh, this is
Ok. C'est bon, vas-y.
didn't get a chance to sing the song at the top of Kilimanjaro, here it is now.
We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on climbing till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. We did it! Of the world. We did it! Yes!
Secondly, my nephew James had inspired me to do this climb, and when he reached the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, he did a great jump. I wanted to do my own jump when I got to the top, but I just could not do it because of the lack of oxygen, the lack of sleep, the energy expended over the last 24 hours, and I think my brain was just fried. I couldn't remember what my body had to do to make the jump. So, here's the jump I wanted to do at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. I was a little disappointed at this point, but I was very tired and I knew we still had a long way to go that day. You don't hang around at 19,341 feet for very long. Well, we left the top of Mount Kilimanjaro at 6:35 a.m., staying at the top only 15 minutes, and we got back down to camp at 9:30 a.m. It snowed heavily the entire way down from the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro to Barafu Camp. I can say we were grateful for our hiking poles, as the descending terrain was really steep and it was snow-covered volcanic ash, very soft. We kept sinking in. Nothing felt as good as getting back to Barafu Camp and that long-awaited glass of mango juice. No alcohol. That was later. And a 2-hour sleep. Here's the video taken right after our wake-up call.
Well, I'd love to go out again and do some videoing. This is after we've come down from Kilimanjaro. But that's the window of our tent, and that is snow. And now we have to walk 9 kilometers to the next camp. We've had 2 hours of sleep. We're exhausted from getting to the peak, the summit of Kilimanjaro. It's cold out there again. We have 3 or 4 hours more to walk today. We're a little discouraged. We won't be camping for a while.
Now, after a nice lunch, we packed our belongings and walked for another 5 hours back to Mweka Camp, covering a distance of 11.5 kilometers, and we lost 2,795 meters in altitude. The long descent was quite difficult and seemed like going down 8,000 stairs.
All right, on our way to camp number 6. Mweka Camp. No, 3,100? 3,100 meters. Yeah, and we're walking in a riverbed. During the rainy season, this is full of water. Yeah, it's like we're walking down 8,000 stairs, if not more.
And this is after doing our Kili climb this morning.
Yes, we climbed Mount Kilimanjaro this morning and came down in a big snowstorm.
Yeah.
-10 at least, plus wind chill factor.
Mweka Camp was certainly glorious to see at the end of that day. All in all, it was one of the most extraordinary days of my life. And yes, I slept like a baby that night. No more worries about reaching the summit. We did it! Yes! Well, this fantastic climb would not have happened without the assistance and support and help of Andrew and Justo, our guide and assistant guide. They made it all happen. And thanks to my wonderful climbing partner, Cornelia, I don't think I could have done it without you. You were supportive the whole way too, the best travel partner for such an adventure, and looking forward to another adventure someday. Thank you to all three of you and the whole team of porters who, of course, we couldn't have done without them. Thank you so much for making this dream come true.